breakfast, a slim fast strawberry shake.
Oh, very nice.
which is actually nicer than it sounds. Yeah.
Really? Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah. Very filling.
Rich, I'm getting an echo. Is anyone else getting an echo on Rich?
Earlier, I had one hell of an echo off of you, but Ava couldn't hear it, so maybe...
I can hear it.
Fine.
Shall I come off and come back in again?
Yeah, maybe try that.
Let me try that.
Aha, hello.
Yeah, you're sounding good. I'm not getting an echo from you, Harrison.
Excellent.
So you've got Christmas reindeers on your jumper?
Yeah, just the one. This is my old faithful from Australia. So I got sent this in the post to Australia, which is not fun.
Well, if I would have known it would have been Christmas themed, I would have put on a Christmas sweater. Daggone it.
Ah,
You look lovely, Ava.
There we go. How about that? Is that a bit better? Is it really bad pronounced?
I don't hear it.
I can't hear it, no.
So weird, isn't it? Yeah, I can hear it really badly.
Oh.
What about if I change the microphone? So I go to... That's the laptop mic now. How's that on the laptop mic? Still there?
Still getting an echo, yeah.
Back to the raspberry.
The only thing I can think of, it's not on there because that's all the way down. Does it get worse
if I put that next to that? Hello, testing, 1, 2, 3. Hello, 1, 2. No.
Yeah, it's the same. Do you want to reboot, Rich?
The only thing I can think of is if one of y'all's audio is coming through the computer speaker. So make sure that your speakers and your headphones, the audio's in your headphones and not through your speaker.
Yeah, mine's headphones.
All headphones here.
Is it still there?
Yeah.
Yeah, alright, I'll reboot. Hang on a moment.
Alright, thanks, Rich. To anybody who's listening, this is CNLZ. We're just rebooting Richard Latto's computer. We'll be with you very shortly. But in the meantime, we can chat. But you won't see them. We've got Harrison Rimmer. And we've also got Ava Paige. How are you both?
Hello, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
Pictures aren't on, but it's nice to hear you both. You've both got lovely voices. And
thank you kindly.
You're from York, is that right, Harrison?
So originally, musically from York, yes, but was originally homegrown from Fleetwood.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so I got
same as Fleetwood Mac. I would think.
more fishermen's friends, if we're honest.
But Ava is from a very famous musical place.
Born and raised in Nashville.
Ah, man, that's cool. That's cool.
It's very cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it's absolutely wonderful town. It's really cool to grow up here, and it's so funny to hear people's reactions when I say I'm from here, because everyone like moves here, and nobody's really like born here anymore. But yeah, I'm one of the natives.
And even in the States, you know, everybody must be like, "Wow, you're from Nashville, Tennessee." That is such a meaningful thing, isn't it?
Yeah, they call us unicorns. We're a rare breed. So.
You see.
Wow.
Oh, that's what it means. Unicorn as in a rare breed. Yeah, that's cool. And so your parents are musical, or is it just you?
No, it's just me. So my mom is from East Tennessee and my dad is from Memphis, Tennessee. And they moved here and met here quite a few years ago, and they just stayed. So both my parents like played instruments a little bit. Like my dad fiddled around with the guitar a little, and my mom played a little bit of piano in church and stuff. But nobody really ever like pursued it as a career or thought of it as an industry. But I just dove straight into it, you know, and plus being raised here was akin to that as well. But
yeah, amazing. Rich,
there we go. Yeah, how's that? No, it's still there. Oh, God. That was mad, because you had it earlier, honestly.
Yeah, I did, didn't I? I think it must be a Zoom thing.
Maybe turn on the echo cancellation. See if that helps.
Could have a go, yeah. So I'll try. It's a good shout. Luke. General. Yeah, okay, so that's on. Or about voted that. Is that a bit better? 1, 2, 3. No. That's better with, better without. Go to original sound. Off original. Yeah, it was a real delay. Do you think it would come out on air?
Yeah, because it will be whatever I hear will be going through to there.
I'm not sure what to do.
We'll go live, and so be it. So
I'll mute myself whenever I'm not on.
Okay. Thanks for bearing with us, everybody. Hi, Pete Shevlin here. Welcome to CNLZ Live. How are you doing? You may have heard there that Richard Latto's got a bit of a technical difficulty with his sound. How are you, Richard?
I'm very well, thank you, and I sound absolutely fine in my headphones. You're going to tell me I'm reverberating and echoing like some kind of nightmare scenario around your headphones around your room. No, it sounds all right this end. I don't know what's going on.
Very strange. But let me know, how has your week been?
Yeah, it's been good. Yeah, very busy, getting ready for Christmas. Obviously, I got the decks up last week, which you can see here inside. And then last weekend, I actually put up the exterior decorations, so the lights on the outside of the house, around the hedge and around the front of the garden. And I did the schoolboy error of putting them up before I tested them to see whether they worked. So I put a whole long line up, all very neatly. I ended up screwing into some wooden boards on the side of my house. Hit the on button like something out of Nashville Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and then only half of them worked. And it was in a really awkward position where I've now got loads of lights hung up that just looks like a bit of rope or something, but there's no actual lights coming out, which isn't good. But I don't want to sound too much like a Grinch, do I? Because I'm the only person here. I might have decorations around the house aplenty. I'm the only person not wearing anything Christmassy because you've gone absolutely overboard. Either that or it's a Where's Wally convention. What are you wearing, Pete? That's a fantastic charity shops they have in your part of London.
Yeah, and it did come straight from a very strange charity shop or something anyway. But yeah, ho ho ho! It is Christmas jumper day, as you can see from the very bottom of our screen down there. What is it? Christmas jumper day, and also Barbara Windsor. Richard, as a very big Carry On fan, what do you think? Like, it's a tragic day.
Oh, really, really tragic. But not entirely unexpected, obviously, after the sad illness that she's been battling, dementia, and she's done so much for that charity. And yeah, just absolutely gutting. I made a programme which is going to be on. It's going to be repeated on BBC Radio 4 Extra this Christmas, celebrating the best archive interviews from Carry On stars from various archives around the country. And one of the best interviews I found was a Barbara Windsor interview done in Bristol, where they invited her onto a radio show and she took calls from callers, and there were people ringing in saying that they had 20 copies of Carry On Camping because they were so worried they didn't want any of them to wear out. They didn't want the thought of not having a copy of Carry On Camping in their house. And it was just unique listening to Barbara try and react to those kind of guys. Oh, what was that big bang?
Is Sabina all right?
Yeah. What's happened? Oh, no. Something's just exploded in our front room. How weird is that?
What was it?
Save this for the blooper reel.
Yeah.
Was it the projector? Oh, no. It was our projector. God, that cost a lot of money. That's what... I want a projector for Christmas now because you broke it. You broke it. You were watching it. It was on while you were using it.
Poor Sabina.
It's given her the fright of her life. My wife is next door watching television on our projector and it's just exploded. How random is that?
Well, talking about Barbara Windsor, I did dig up this old bit. I think it's from Carry On Doctor. Let's have a quick look.
What about that then? What? Oh.
report here, sister.
I'll be with you in a moment.
Hi.
What I love about that is, it's just that it was okay back in those days for if a woman to walk past you, you just go, "Whoa," like that really loudly. Like, when is that acceptable now? But of course, in the Carry On days, this is what it was all about. It was all about sexual innuendo. What was one of your favourite Carry On films with Barbara Windsor in?
Favourite one with Babs in? Well, yeah, it was probably Carry On Doctor, actually. Everyone says Carry On Camping, but I think Doctor is the best one with her in. Yeah, definitely. And the whole Sid James and all the rest of them, the way that they interacted. It's just fantastic. You know, really strong characters. But as you say, yeah, times have changed. One of my friends did say, "I can't believe you enjoy those films." And there was a time when people would laugh at a man pinching a lady's backside to the sound of a swanee whistle. And then here we are 30, 40 years later, and some people go, "It's absolutely filthy, it's disgusting," and other people think it's fine art. There's no kind
I don't think anybody thinks it's fine art. I think that's just too far, surely. Nobody thinks that, Rich. People like you really enjoy it and love the archive, and I suppose it's about how you were when you first reacted and you saw those sorts of gags. You knew that something was naughty, but you didn't quite know what it was when you were watching it when you were young.
Yeah, and then gradually it dawns on you you've been brought up on material that you probably shouldn't be watching at such a young age. But I've got a great clip for you, Pete. Yeah, this is from an amazing Christmas film. We watch it, me and the missus watch it every year. We won't be watching it on our projector this year because it's just exploded. But it is a fantastic Bill Murray film. I think this gets better every year we see this on the TV. This is his take from 1988 of Ebenezer Scrooge and Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol in Scrooged. This is from the beginning of the film. Have a look at this.
IBC presents America's favorite family in a special Christmas episode.
Hi, Mom. Where's Dad? Should have been home by now.
Well, Wally, I know your father is out chasing beaver.
Father Loves Beaver. Here on IBC. You'll love
it. Father Loves Beaver.
It's just a great comedy catchline, isn't it? It's brilliant.
I don't even know the film, Rich.
You don't know the film? Oh my goodness, you'd love the film. You'd love it. Working in the industry as well. It's basically Bill Murray plays a cantankerous guy who runs a TV station, and he's really cruel to his staff. And he sacks a load of people on Christmas Eve, and he gets all of them in to do a live rendition of A Christmas Carol on the TV station on Christmas night. And it ruins a lot of people's Christmas, but then he is visited by the ghosts of Christmas past, present and future. And it's a modern retelling of the classic story, and it's just done in such a really faithful but also unique and slightly more modern, tongue-in-cheek way. It's difficult to describe it, and Bill Murray's one of those guys where I think either the film really works for him or it really doesn't, and this is one where it definitely does. Yeah, watch it, you'll love it, and you'll be crying towards the end of the film because he does this really emotional kind of like ad-libbing where he starts doing this really passionate speech towards the end of the film, which wasn't actually in the script. It's very good, it's very good. I don't want to spoil it for you by telling you too much.
I've got another thing to add, Rich. Why wasn't Sabina watching our Facebook Live?
She was. She had it on YouTube on the projection screen. That's what she did. Very, very definitely wasn't watching Dr. Pimple Popper on TLC.
Okay, well, we should introduce our guests. We've got two incredible guests today. We've got Ava Paige out of Nashville and also Harrison Rimmer from New York. How are you both?
Hey, guys.
Hello. How's it going? You all right?
Oh, I'm good, but for some reason I couldn't hear.
Oh, Ava's muted. That's why.
There we go.
Good.
My bad. Hey, y'all.
Hey, Ava.
You're just testing us with that, were you?
Oh yeah, just making sure you're listening.
I love
or
that,
not
hey,
listening.
y'all.
Technically.
That's very Nashville, isn't it? It's very Tennessee.
Well, it's so funny because this is actually the first interview that I've done in like a long while where I was the only American in the chat. So ha, or like the person, I should say Southern dialect as well, because typically it's all like, the bless your hearts and hey y'alls and all that sort of stuff. So, and plus I love y'all's accent. So.
Oh well, we love your accent. And tell us some other phrases that Tennessee's famous for.
Oh, the typical ones are like the y'alls and the bless your hearts and all that sort of stuff. One of the funny ones that I always like to quiz people on, though, is people don't know what the word cattywampus means. And it's a very common phrase here in the South, but some people even in the North don't really know what it is. And what it means is crooked. So, yeah, that's another. Crooked, like crooked. Yeah, like off-centered.
Say it again. Caddy what?
Cattywampus.
I can't even think of a time when I'd need to say cattywampus.
It's very common. I said it in a co-write once, and they're like, "What the heck are you saying?" I'm like, "Cattywampus. What?"
Next time someone hangs a picture, you can say it looks a bit cattywampus.
Yes, exactly.
There you go.
Would you use it like that, or would you say like somebody is cattywampus?
Both ways work. You could say like that, like how's the picture look? Oh, it looks a little bit cattywampus. Move it a little bit to the right, or something. You could use it in that, or you can call somebody cattywampus. So yeah, either one.
Amazing. I'm hearing some tunes. Like I feel like I'm in the backstage of a gig somewhere. Who's got some? Is that you, Ava? Is there somebody?
That is probably me. I'm actually like in the middle of a co-write right now, and I had to step out to do the interview. So yeah, my co-writers are in the other room finishing up the song that we were working on.
Oh wow, that's so cool. Very Nashville. Very nice. And yourself, Harrison, how have you been keeping? We've seen you on the show before. When was it? June?
Yeah, June, July maybe.
June, July.
Many moons have passed.
Hot.
Yes, so now we're in jumpers.
Yeah. You've got your Christmas jumper on. Happy Christmas jumper day.
Thank you, Gavin. Happy Christmas jumper to you too.
What have you got there? You've got Rudolph?
Good old reindeer with a bobble hat.
Very nice.
Very
loving
good.
it.
Yeah.
So, Ava, we're going to hear from you first, if you don't mind. What's your song?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, speaking of growing up and growing up in the South where I live and stuff, my mother's from East Tennessee, so very redneck over there, and we would go visit my grandfather's house all the time over there, and I brought all those memories to a co-write, and we wrote a song about it. So this song is called House on the Hillside. Touches a Tennessee sky, scratches on the truck from that gravel drive, piano in the living room playing all night, clock in the kitchen takes its own sweet time, a house on the hillside with love all around me. It's a slow, steady climb to a place that grounds me. A million memories walk the floors. Oh, it's more than just nails and boards. It's a firm foundation for a pretty good life. This house on the hillside. Swinging when we used to play, but now my friends are getting married and moving away. Oh, but there's nothing like the taste of a hometown kiss. I think I'd like to settle down in a place like this. House on the hillside with love all around me. It's a slow, steady climb to a place that grounds me. A million memories walk the floors. Oh, it's more than just nails and boards. It's a firm pretty good life. This house on the hillside, a house on the hillside. Evergreen touches a Tennessee sky. Well, bicycle scratch from the gravel drive. Well, two little kids, a husband and wife, in a house on the hillside. A house on the hillside.
Absolutely fantastic. That was brilliant, Ava. Really,
that was really good.
enjoyed
I enjoyed
that. That was so good. Look, how do you go about starting the creation of something like that? Do you concentrate on the composition of the melody, or do you go with the lyrics? I only ask that because your vocals are so strong. They're so dominant with that song. And I know you're playing beautifully there, but because your vocals are so powerful and so dominant, it makes the melody seem quite simplistic compared to the care that you put into the lyrics.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, every write is different and every song is different. You know, you walk into a write and you never know what you're going to do first. Sometimes the writer comes in with this beautiful melody idea, or sometimes they come in with the verse and the chorus lyric. It just, sometimes you write something completely from scratch from something that you said in a conversation. Just every single time is different, and no like process is really set in stone. So with that particular one, I believe just the melody fell out after we had this idea of writing this House on the Hillside song, and it just sort of fell out.
And was that with your co-writer? Was there a particular person that you worked with on that track, and the first person maybe you performed it to?
Oh yeah, my co-writers, I write with a lot of people, and the two co-writers that I had for that day, they're both absolutely wonderful songwriters in their own right, and we just brought the idea in and we just worked on it, you know. So you basically spill your heart out to a person for like 4 hours straight, so it's kind of interesting. It's so unique in the way that, you know, you write songs, but yeah, it was super. It just sort of fell out of us, and wrote this story about my grandfather's house. So, yeah, it was super special.
And when you're spilling your heart out to someone for 4 hours at a time, trying to create something as beautiful as that, do you find it energy zapping, or is it energizing once you've actually got the song completed?
Both, if you can believe that. Yeah, and honestly, it can be. Again, it can go either way. Some people come into the room and you just feed off their energy, and other times, you know, it's a little slower and you gotta span it out over a few writing sessions itself. So, again, every day's different.
Cool. That was a gorgeous song, wasn't it, Pete? Really got into that.
Yeah,
that was really
so amazing. Absolutely beautiful, Ava. And you know, you've been in quite a story as well. I want to know a little bit more about your diagnosis and when that happened.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know much about me and my story, I've been doing music professionally for about 6 years now. I started when I was 10 years old, and I absolutely fell in love with it. Growing up in Nashville helped. You know, I started performing out, writing songs, doing shows and gigs and stuff like that. I was performing around 150 plus shows a year all around the Nashville area, going to places like Texas and expanding my reach out into the States. But on July 1st, 2019, my life sort of came to a screeching halt when I got diagnosed with leukemia. So yeah, it was very sudden. We were actually in Texas during the whole thing, and it was just something just wasn't right. I got really fatigued very quickly, and my mom, being a retired nurse, she knew something was up. So when we came back home, we went to my pediatrician, and then my pediatrician ran my blood counts, and she told us the news that I had cancer. So it was very, very sudden. We were immediately thrown into a hospital room for about a month and a half straight, doing chemotherapy every day. And I only got to go home for about a week during that whole stint. So it was very long and very unexpected. But, you know, through all that, I've gotten to meet a lot of amazing people and get involved with a lot of charity organizations and spread my story.
You're such a positive person. You're just amazing, Ava. But when you actually got told by the doctor, did it just come as a complete shock? Was it like something totally out of the blue? You weren't expecting it at all?
Oh, yeah. I mean, nobody's really ready to hear, you know, you have cancer. Nobody's expecting to hear that.
No, but you're so young, like at 15.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a young age.
Yeah, I was actually 14 when I got diagnosed, and it was just, you know, with leukemia itself, it doesn't really present itself as a cancer always. Sometimes it does, but in my case it did not. And unlike other cancers where you can actually like see the tumor or scan the tumor or something, it was all over my body. Since leukemia is a blood cancer, not a like bone or tumor cancer. So yeah, we had absolutely no clue whatsoever, and it was completely sudden.
It's amazing. It's what a story. I'm in awe that you've been able to deal with it so well. You're so positive. I love that. And I also love those tunes. You couldn't just bring us next door just to have a look at what's going on.
I probably could. I'll see if they mind. They're actually singing a song I've written with these two people before. So I'm going to take my computer in here and introduce you.
Go on, yeah, that'd be cool.
So...
Oh my God!
Hi. They wanted
Happy
to
Christmas.
say hi. This is John Mullins and Kelly Johnson, two amazing writers. I don't know if you can see them too well.
Amazing, great tunes.
Oh, I can't.
We were loving it.
Sorry.
They said they're loving it. They hear you from in there.
Sorry if it's too loud.
Oh no, you're good.
No, it's incredible.
Nice to meet you.
They said nice to meet you.
So cool. You're in Nashville, Tennessee. It's brilliant. I love it. It's kicking with music.
Yeah, it's an amazing town to be in, and a lot of amazing people and a lot of amazing writers. So I'm very fortunate enough to have a lot of very talented friends.
Incredible stuff. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Ava. And Harrison,
hello.
How are you going to compete with the joys of Nashville, Tennessee? It's just an incredible place, isn't it?
It's incredible. Yeah, I don't really know how to follow that.
Well, you've been busy as well. You've been loading up videos every week to YouTube.
Every week, working on
I've been seeing
well.
them. Compositions are absolutely fantastic. And you were telling us earlier about how you've got a friend on board, and he's doing all your music videos at the moment. Yeah,
so like I'm a big fan. I view releasing music as a fan, both as an artist and as a lover of music, and I like consistent content, and I love it when artists I like pump videos out of new material. So I put out an EP back in May, and I thought I'd do some songs off that and really try and bring them to life in a way that I've not done live before. So we hijacked a friend's studio before lockdown too, and we literally got a smoke machine, 3 cameras, a lot of plants, and just based them around the room and just went for it, really. It's been kind of a crazy few months. Whilst at the same time I was organising that, been working on my first album, which it's nearly done. It's very nearly done, which is terrifying and exciting.
Awesome. Yeah. And what's the album going to be called?
No idea yet. Just no idea for the album title. Yeah. Well, I had like 4 different titles. My producer's been, what I love about my producer, I've been working with the same guy for the last 4 or 5 years now, and he's really honed in on where I've been faltering for the last few years and really been pushing me creatively, lyrically, and musically. But when it comes to naming the damn thing, I've been so focused on getting the sound right, I've been forgetting what to call the title of the album.
Well, we can always help you here, you know?
Yeah,
like,
you never know.
Yeah, we've done this before, haven't we, Pete? Loads of times. We told people better names for their songs.
Not an album, though, Rich. This is a new territory now. We've got a whole album to help Harrison with here. And Harrison, my brother's just texted me saying, I didn't know you had Ed Sheeran on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I get that quite a lot.
How often do you get that?
More often than you'd think.
Really?
I'll tell you a funny story. I once did a wedding a few years ago. Actually, I'll tell you, it's two. Actually. I'll tell you the wedding one. So a 5-year-old kid comes up to me, some sound check. I've just sound checked, it's all set up. And I get a little pull on my jacket. And this kid goes, Mr. Sheeran. I'm like,
Not again.
It's okay. He's like, yeah. I thought there's either two things. I can either ruin this kid's day or just go with it. So, shh. And I faked an autograph, and then I just pretended to. I faked an autograph. I couldn't ruin that kid's day. He was so happy to see this Ed Sheeran guy. I'm like, oh.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
What do you think, Rich?
The kid was
I think you've got another career here. Obviously, a celebrity lookalike. I had one of my friends was the spitting image of Aled Jones. Remember the choral singer walking in the air?
Yes.
And I used to be with him in nightclubs, and women would come up to him and go, "Are you Aled Jones?" And he'd go, "Yes, I am." Now, off.
Oh man! What a legend! What a legend!
Well, he didn't. I'm surprised he didn't capitalise on it. You know, we all know that Aled Jones is a massive stud. You know,
have you seen his first LPs? The artwork is insane.
Oh dear.
So Harrison, what's your first tune?
My first tune is the opening track of my latest EP. It's a song called "Proud," which is not an M People cover. It's just I'll make sure I'm in tune for a start. That'd be a good, wouldn't it? One second, put the mic down.
Yeah.
Yeah, this song for me is I wrote the song a while back when I was going through a time in my life where I kept thinking music was a blessing and a curse all at once. Because I was touring heavily, I wasn't home often, and I kept thinking I was hurting people I loved by not being home often. Because I'd go off on the road for weeks or even months at a time. And this song is about that weird period in my life. And it got put on the album, on the EP, because we were sat in the room, 5 microphones set up in front of us. And it just felt right just to start just being really raw in a way I've not been for a while. And this is how Proud got on the EP.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Ed Sheeran. No, Harrison Rimmer.
Come on, dude.
Let's hear Proud.
All right, man. Yeah, one sec. To make you proud, do I put your mind at ease? All I do, not to fool you, to make you proud. Do I put your mind at ease with the craziness that is my life? And life's not fair, but I've got you on my side. Dust me off when life beats me down. And I've not been fair. I've been breaking your hearts and making a mess since I was born. And it's been tough since day one. But your love alone has gotten me this far to make you proud. Do I put your mind at ease with all I do, not to fool you? Do I make you proud? Do I put your mind at ease with the craziness that is my life? Do I make you proud?
It's been tough since day one, but your love alone has gotten me this far. But do I make you proud? Do I put your mind at ease with all I do? Not to fool you. Do I make you proud? Do I put your mind at ease with the craziness that is my life? Do I make you proud? Do I make you proud? There you go.
Very nice, very nice.
Thank you very much.
Harrison, the temptation now is to say you remind us of Ed Sheeran, but I'm not going to say that.
It's okay, don't worry.
Who do you like to be compared to? Who do you think are your heroes? Who are the people that have most influenced you in your performance?
Most influenced me? Oh man, my influences range from Slayer to Marvin Gaye. My favourite artist, I'll admit, Ed Sheeran has inspired some writing in the past. I can't deny that the guy's a phenomenal sensation to come out of nowhere in the last 10 years. It's incredible what he's done. But for myself, people like Frank Turner's, your Marvin Gaye's, Bruce Springsteen's been a massive influence on me. Nirvana.
Which type of Bruce Springsteen, though? Because that's the question, isn't it? You know, you can go to a Bruce Springsteen gig and he's doing something weird and experimental, or you can go to his E Street Band, can't you? So
it's more the E Street era, to be honest. I love that whole Born to Run towards, Born to Run's the cliche to go for, but it's such a great album. But I also like Nebraska, the fact that he's able to go from big stadium rock to those quiet moments.
Yeah, Streets of Philadelphia and things like that.
Man.
Yeah.
Well, and I did a Springsteen tribute night a few years ago. Well, sorry, last year. Feels so long ago. But what happened was everyone's playing like Nebraska. They're playing songs like Atlantic City. They're doing stripped down versions of his stuff. And I come in playing Adam Raised a Cain, Hungry Heart, but full pelt, like trying to get the bar going.
Amazing. Look, Pete, we're getting some good response on Facebook tonight, aren't we? We're getting some lovely comments coming through. Have you got them in front of you there?
Now you're testing me, Richard.
I've got a few. I got Paula, fabulous without a doubt. John says much better than Ed.
Thanks, John.
Tony, you're who Ed could have been. Tony says cracking tune, Harrison. Victoria Brooks, lovely, Harrison. Dan, great voice, catchy song. It's just really lovely response. Some lovely comments coming through for you as well, Ava, from Victoria. What a lovely song. Dan, beautiful voice, such a beautiful song, a lovely voice to go with it. A lot of love on Facebook tonight. If you want to comment, hit the comments. Let us know what you think. If you've got any questions for the guys as well, do pop it down there and we'll ask it on your behalf.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. Two cracking guests. And luckily enough, I've got a little quiz. We're gonna.
Oh no!
Richard, you know you love the quiz.
Yes.
Are we going to IKEA again?
What's it going to be? IKEA or swear word or?
It's true, actually. The last time Harrison was on, we were having this discussion earlier, and the last time Harrison was on, we did the infamous IKEA product or European swear word, which went down a treat. Check it out on our YouTube channel, CNLZ TV. But in the meantime, I've got a very sedate Christmas quiz. So let's do it. Richard, you're always the guinea pig to go first. Here we go. How old is Kevin McAllister's character or in Home Alone? So Kevin McAllister, played by Macaulay Culkin. How old is he in Home Alone?
I think my children love this movie. We watch it a lot this time of year. I think he's 8 or 9. I'm going to go with 9.
So close, Richard.
10,
close.
Isn't it?
No, it's actually 8.
Oh,
very good, very well done, good guess. According to 1946's Christmas classic, It's a Wonderful Life. Do you watch that over Christmas?
Yes, good film. Yeah, I haven't watched it for a while. Good film.
What happens every time a bell rings? Do you know? Oh, look at that!
This might be the only one that I know.
Oh no,
Such a great film.
Something to do with an angel, isn't it?
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah. Tell us, Ava. What happens?
Every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings.
That's it.
I'm going to give it to you, Rich. I'm feeling generous, soon as it's nearly Christmas. Christmas Jumper Day, hashtag. Which Christmas hit originally released in... Oh, you should be able to get this. Which Christmas hit originally released in...
Gary Glitter, Rock and Roll Christmas. I know.
Has been #1 in the UK 3 times. 3 times.
3 times. Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day, Wizard. You're going to say Slade, aren't you? No?
Do they know it's Christmas?
Oh, Band-Aid.
Which band had 3 consecutive UK Christmas #1 singles in the 1990s?
Oh, the Spice Girls?
Wow, nice. Which, you'll get this one. This one's just for you. Which Doctor made his debut in the show's 2005 festive special called The Christmas Invasion?
And I've interviewed him, and he's a nice guy, David Tennant.
Yeah, nice guy all round. Well done. So that is 1, 2, 3 out of 5. Nice. Ava, are you ready for this?
I'm nervous because I actually don't watch a lot of movies, so I haven't known some of these answers. So I'll see if I can't get.
Well,
can't get
fingers
some.
crossed. There's not too many movie options here. Which of Santa's reindeer does not feature in the poem "'Twas the Night Before Christmas"? 'Twas the night before Christmas.
Isn't it just Rudolph?
It is, yeah. Nice.
Hey, I got one right.
Oh, and here's another reindeer question. I don't know how they ended up together. Which reindeer shares his name with the famous symbol of Valentine's Day?
Vixen, right? Wait, no. Wait, which one is it? It might be Vixen. Hold on. I don't know.
Too slow. Cupid.
Oh, of course. Goodness. I was thinking I don't know what I was thinking.
You were
mind.
thinking too hard about it. Which famous US political figure and celebrity, Rich, I know you know this one, makes a cameo in Home Alone 2?
Ooh, I don't know this one.
It's unbelievable.
It's huge.
Well, you don't know it. Go on, Rich, who is it?
Donald Trump.
It's unbelievable. If you get a chance to see Home Alone 2, Donald Trump is in Home Alone 2.
I didn't know that. I knew he was wanting to be in a Sharknado, which was hilarious in my opinion. So I have to see that because I wonder if he's a good actor.
He looks a lot younger. What does he do actually, Rich? What does he do in Home Alone?
Isn't he? Is he in a taxi? I get confused because he makes a cameo in Ghostbusters 2, the video for that, and I get confused between the two. I think he's in a taxi, isn't he, in Home Alone 2? I can't remember.
Do you know?
Hotel lobby, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's right. He's in his hotel, isn't he? So,
that's right.
I haven't seen Home Alone 2.
It's huge.
You haven't lived.
You haven't lived.
I've seen 1, but I have not seen 2. I will admit it.
Back to the quiz, please, guys. What's the name of the giant snow monster that guards Elsa's palace in Frozen?
I haven't seen that movie in years. I'm so bad at this. I'm bad at pop quizzes,
It's Marshmallow. You'll definitely get this. What beverage company has been using Santa Claus in its advertising since 1931?
Well, Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Nice. The polar bears and Santa.
So what do you got? You've got 2 out of 5. So Rich is in the lead. Rich always does very well in the quizzes. Okay, Harrison, are you ready?
Here we go.
Who sings Fairy Tale of New York with the Pogues?
Kirsty MacColl.
It is the best Christmas song there is, and that is correct. Peep Show. Do you ever watch Peep Show?
Bits and bats.
Which part of Christmas dinner does Jeremy pretend to forget to buy sending
turkey.
Mark. Yeah, into
You forgot the turkey!
Very funny clip, that.
So good. I was kidding.
Awesome. This is an interesting one. Which takeaway chain do Japanese people often order at Christmas?
KFC.
Amazing, you know that. I thought it was just me that knew that.
Oh, it's just so bizarre.
Did you know that, Ava?
I have never heard that before. That is hilarious.
Yeah,
Yes,
being a
the
southern
real
girl, the home of KFC, I guess.
You know what's funny? I actually don't go to KFC that often. It's like, but we got so many amazing fried chicken places here. Like, legit amazing fried chicken places downtown. Like, they're good.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I haven't been to many KFCs. The chicken pot pie is good, though.
When you go up to New York or something and you're hungry for some southern fried chicken, do you go straight to KFC?
I don't know. When I'm outside of Tennessee, typically the first thing I hit is either a Whataburger or an In-N-Out. Right. Because we don't have those here. We don't have those here, so it's like always trying to hit the ones that we can't get here. So
I haven't got a clue what either one of those are, but Harrison seems to know.
Yeah, In-N-Out's good.
Oh, right, very good. The thing is, in Japan, what's really interesting is that there's queues around the block in Japan for KFC on Christmas Day, and they all think that that's what they should be eating on Christmas Day. That is the Christmas Day thing. They even it's the busiest day of the year over there. They've got like online orders going crazy and everything. It's absolutely hilarious.
That's
crazy. Okay, question number 4 to you, Harrison. In Will Ferrell's Elf, what's the first rule in the code of the elves?
Sing Christmas cheer loud for all to hear.
It's pretty good. I don't know where you dug that up from, but it's treat every day like Christmas.
It's Christmas. That's the one.
I love that movie.
Such a great film.
Your last question, and your chance to overtake Richard Latto. Die Hard takes place on Christmas Eve, but in which city?
Takamura, I'm gonna guess Japan?
No, a city. Die Hard.
Oh,
Die Hards are all in America. I'll give you that clue.
Yeah, all in America. Okay, Philadelphia.
It's wrong, I'm afraid. The pressure was too great for you. You got 3 out of 5, the same as Richard. So it's a tie break. The first one to shout out the answer to this question, according to legend, what holiday goodies were shaped to resemble as a shepherd's staff as a way to remind children...
Candy cane.
Yes! Nice. I was going to say, of the shepherds who visited the baby Jesus.
Baby Jesus.
Yeah, candy canes. Well,
6 pound, 3 ounce baby Jesus. Nobody gets that reference, do they? I forget. I'm referencing... I'm sorry. I was referencing a movie... Talladega Nights.
Oh, great. Not that in years. Blonde hair, blue-eyed, baby Jesus.
Baby Jesus. Yeah.
As the winner of the quiz, you now have to go and find something in your house that's slightly embarrassing. It doesn't have to be super embarrassing.
Super embarrassing. Slightly embarrassing.
Just slightly embarrassing.
Slightly embarrassing.
In the meantime, we'll go to Ava and hear your next song, if you don't mind, Ava.
Absolutely.
I'll go on the hunt now.
All right, brilliant.
Go for it. Well, I'll play a newish one. I actually wrote this song with one of the amazing writers out there that you saw earlier, cool. Miss Kelly Johnson. And this one's really fun. We just finished it a couple weeks ago. So this one's called Days Off.
Lifetime of backsliding starts with a little white lie. And when you're looking for revelation, don't trust those neon signs. Keep your hands on the 10 and 2 and both eyes on your soul. The broken road of good intentions is a hell of a way to go. Trouble sitting there waiting on you when you start pushing your luck. Long back train
take days off.
Amazing! It deserves that applause. That was absolutely.
Oh, thank you.
What a shot of energy that was. That was fantastic.
Oh, what is it? Oh, wait. Okay.
They can come in and say hi. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Woo! Loving it. Awesome.
Y'all head out?
Yeah, I'm gonna head out. See you later.
See you later.
Thanks for the music, guys.
That was fantastic. I mean, gosh. I mean, is that tiring for you? When you perform that at gigs, it must grab people, that tune, surely.
It's definitely fun. It's new, so I'm still playing it out at some places, but it's gotten pretty good responses so far, so I'm really happy about it.
And when you do a gig, what kind of a feel do you have for the atmosphere in the room? Is it something that you can judge pretty well? You know, what kind of response, how your tunes are going down?
Yeah, it's just a part of, learning how to do the whole read the audience, stage presence sort of thing. And, depending on what style of gig it is, whether it's a showcase, whether it's a concert, or whether it's a writer's round, sort of directs what kind of songs you want to sing and perform. So, yeah.
And how do you curate your playlist? Because you must have you look at the difference between the two tracks that you played tonight, for example. You've got a great variety of tracks, I imagine, at your disposal. How do you curate them so that you can change that mood and that ambience through the evening?
Yeah, so for concert settings and stuff like that, there's a few formulas that people have found that, take your audience on a journey, and that you can, adjust the mood to do like a really upbeat and then slowly bring it back down, then bring it back up for the closing song. And there's a little bit of a science to it that you have to figure out, but the main thing is just, read the audience, see what they're feeling. If they really want, like, sometimes you could just feel the audience wanting to bawl their eyes out, and you play them that sort of song. Or sometimes you want to feel them dance on their feet, like go move around a little bit, so you adjust. But I write all different styles of music, country, pop. I do a lot of sync and television stuff as well. So I have a lot of different songs that I play out, and always love trying new ones.
And that must be such a satisfying track to perform, but particularly after you were battling the leukemia and you went back out, you started performing, I can imagine that is the type of track where you must have absolutely nailed it and thought, great, I'm here, I'm performing again.
Yes, and especially with COVID stuff, it was very nice as well to be able to actually play to a real audience and, not just play to a phone screen sometimes where you can't hear, the audience participation. You can't feel that vibe that they give off. So, yeah, it's definitely nice.
Well, this is the weird thing, isn't it? Over here in the UK, we haven't got any gigs, have we, Pete? And this is why we're doing this, because
I know, nothing at all. No live music. It's all dead.
But you've still got gigs over there, haven't you?
Yes, we're slowly but surely reopening. For a while there, we were completely locked down. Nashville in particular, nobody was going anywhere, and we were all just sort of scared and huddled in our houses. But there's definitely a few venues that are still closed and that either can't open or are not big enough to open. But the venues that are open are doing a fantastic job at keeping it COVID friendly and keeping everyone safe and getting artists out of their house so they don't get cabin fever.
Pete, we've had another brilliant reaction on Facebook.
Yeah, great reaction. Vicky Brooks says, Ava, this one reminds me a little of Katie Tunstall, lots of contrast and power, love it. And
thank you.
John, my bro's on tonight, which is great. Hi, John. Awesome, he says, and loads of claps, which is great. And I love that line, devil don't take days off. Like, that is a killer line for a country song, isn't it?
Oh, thank you.
Where does it come from? Where does a lyric like that come from?
As I was saying earlier, every day is different. I have a little notebook that I have on my phone that I share between my family, and if like they see a quote or I see a quote, we'll just put it on there or something, or maybe something pops into my head and I have to write it down somewhere, and you bring those to rights sometimes, and other times, you're just having a normal conversation and somebody says something, like a song that I have called Soundtrack. We were just talking about bad movies that we saw, and I said something about if life had a soundtrack, what would it be? And we ended up writing a song about it.
Awesome. Harrison, how do you find your lyrics?
My lyrics, it tends to just come from really just digging deep, really. There's some songs where it just comes from talking to people, so let's try and do a good one. So there's one song I wrote when I was speaking to a guy outside of a gig who was absolutely drunk and nearly stupidly called his ex. I was like, what do you think of this pre-recorded message I've just done? I'm like, dude, don't send that. And then we had this whole conversation and built the lyric around that, and I got home. And you never heard the song since, but most songs just come from experiencing stuff and really just throwing myself into situations that you wouldn't normally do. And just, just trying to really put my experiences of life into a song and hopefully someone can relate to it.
Cool. And what's your next track going to be?
My next one is going to be, I'm going to change the microphone.
I will say real fast.
Ava, yeah.
Oh, I will say real fast, my other co-writer just showed up, so I have to duck out. But thank y'all so much for having me on, and oh my gosh, it was so nice. Sorry I have to leave a little early.
Ava, no worries. Just tell us very quickly before you go, just tell us how we can find out a bit more about you.
Yeah, absolutely. You can find me at Ava Paige Music. That is AVAPAIGE Music. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, wherever you find your music. I just released a new Christmas single called Merry Friendsmas, so you can find that on iTunes, Spotify, and Amazon, wherever you stream your music. So go check it out. And again, that is Ava Paige Music.
Awesome. Thank you, Ava.
Thanks,
care.
Ava.
So
fantastic.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Have a good Christmas.
You too. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Cool. So your next track, tell me again what it's called.
Yeah, so this song's called Flares. Yeah, so I wrote the song for a friend's wedding. And basically, I wanted to make drinks at their engagement do, and I said stupidly, you can stuff Bryan Adams, I'm going to write the wedding song. And the song's called Flares as a tribute to the nightclub where they ended up on their first date, which just turned to a glorified bar crawl.
Harrison, as much as I love the song, we did hear it last time on CNLZ Live. Yeah.
Oh, so do you want something different?
Well, if you don't mind, if you've got something else.
Not at all, mate. Not at all. I've got a plethora of songs. Have you heard of a song called Broken String?
Did we hear that one last time, Rich?
No.
This
Unless
song is currently on a new EP.
Yeah.
And nearly didn't make the cut because it's a really old one. And this song's called Broken String.
All right, let's hear it. Great.
Here you go. So this is for anyone who's just feeling a bit lonely and sad. Here we go.
Harrison, I think your audio is cutting out on us.
It's been so long since I heard from you that the clocks got stuck and brought the blood, and you moved on so well. I'm just a cold, dark shadow in your mirror. Oh, it is me that I try to fly away, but I got stuck. Oh, it tears me up that I'm better left on my own. Cause my bones keep aching, my heart is breaking, and I can't get you out of my head. Cause the words you threw got stuck in my skin, and I wish I didn't know you. And it's getting too late for me. Up all night in some lost bars with souls who barely know me. But I'll be alright, just give me the night. Oh, it tears me up that I try to fly away, but I got stuck. Oh, it tears me up that I'm better left on my own. Cause my bones keep aching, my heart is breaking, and I can't get you out of my head. Cause the words you threw got stuck in my skin, and I wish I didn't know you. Yeah, you kept me up so many nights, broke me like a second string, try to take this from me. Yeah, you kept me up so many nights, broke me like a second string, try to take this from me. Oh, it tears me up that I'm better left on my own. 'cause my bones keep aching, my heart is breaking, and I can't get you out of my head. 'Cause the words you got stuck in my skin, and I wish I didn't know you. Yeah, you kept me up so many nights, broke me like a second string, try to take this from me. Yeah, you kept me up so many nights, broke me like a second string, try to take this from me.
Lovely, very nice, Harrison.
Thank you very much.
Was that broken?
So I could hear you properly. Ah!
Broken string, I think he called it, wasn't it, Pete?
Yeah,
Is that broken string or broken strings plural?
Broken string. The EP's called Broken Strings.
Very nice. Yeah, that was
thank
good.
you very much.
A lot of heart about
Thank you.
that. That was great.
So,
yeah.
Rich, do you have an album title for Harrison?
I think it should be called Now That's What I Don't Call Ed Sheeran. It's really hard, isn't it? Because you're giving it such a label, and when you want to show off the variety of your songtelling, it's hard to give it that.
Yeah. Did I jump for the other day? Oops, sorry.
You could be really lazy and just pick the best track on there and just use that as the title of the album.
That nearly happened. That nearly happened.
There you go. You see, I can tell that's the way you think.
But what happened was there's a few titles. One title was Bonfire and the Bullets, but I thought that just sounds a bit too like a band. And it doesn't sound like me at all.
It's a great name for a band, isn't it?
Yeah. And then another one was what was the title for? Another one was Take This Town. But I thought that sounds a bit too like the Enemy. And then it's just been. And then another one was just F It was the other one. But we're trying to think of a title. It'll come eventually. I mean, Broken Strings happened by accident because I thought it sounds kind of cool and meaningful. And it just somehow relates to a song I put out.
Broken Strings is also a pretty good name for an album, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a weird process because that most of my titles just come to when I'm like driving in the car and it goes, aha, that's a title, and then it goes, that sticks.
Do you ever do that thing though, where you then Google it to see if anyone else has used it? Because I'm pretty sure "Broken Strings" was a Nelly Furtado song. Let me
Probably
have a look.
It is, and also from James Morrison, I believe.
Yeah,
actually, that's part of that song's called Broken String. Yeah, actually, the reason that song's called Broken String, by the way, is so I was his girlfriend a few years ago. When we were breaking up, the song in the background was Broken Strings. I was like, I'm going to use that as a title in something. You'll see.
Harrison, that was great, and just to bring a positive out of a negative situation like that. I mean, I hope that's the song that launches you into superstardom, because then that's the ultimate sod you, isn't it? To that ex-girlfriend.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's quite interesting how a lot of my earlier stuff was about like exes and trying to get over them and stuff, and the newer stuff now is a lot more. It's just not as bitter, I guess. I'm just trying to be like the songs have got some. Like I'm trying to make the lyrics a bit more deep than just random words and ranting. You know?
Yeah. No, don't bother with that. Go back to the random words and ranting. Stay bitter. That's much more enjoyable for the listener.
You're both like this, and I'm sure some of your listeners will too. My drummer calls me Angry Ed as a nickname.
How lovely of him.
He's a chat. I mean, I love Dave to bits. He's a great dude. He just turned around in a live stream, and he turned the entire live stream to go Angry Ed. I was like, dude, why?
And just out of interest, Harrison, how is Christmas looking for you in York this year?
So currently I'm back home. I'm working in a post office just outside of Preston, which is cool, helping the folks. It's been mad. I mean, Santa's got nothing on me. That's all I'm saying. But it's been really nice just working back home and really helping out in the area and seeing my family, which is great. You hear a lot of people complain about £2.72 to a letter to Australia, which is wonderful because you think of the cost of the fuel involved.
I know. I still think the price of a stamp is still very cheap. I mean, it's still less than £1, isn't it?
76p first class. Yeah.
So you're working in the post office, or are you
I am
delivering?
So what I'm doing is I'm doing the post office bit, and then literally as I go on a lunch break or any free time I get, straight back into music. I'm like working 2 jobs at once at the moment.
Whilst you're here, can we just abuse your position in the post office and ask you a couple of basic questions? Why is it some first-class stamps are red and some are gold?
It's to do with the year they were released.
How do they do second-class mail? Do they just chuck it in a pile and go, we'll do that in a minute?
It's in a separate pile, it's all. Just different fuel.
Why is there not third-class post?
Because that's just too much work.
Right, okay. That's the end of my questions. There you go.
There you go.
All answered, see? No messing around there. That's good.
Straight in the point, you know what I mean? Straight down with it, man.
I have a theory second class is exactly the same as first class.
Sometimes it gets there quicker than first, depends on the area.
Quicker than?
Sometimes I've known it to happen once. I had a pen sticker in there. I was like, since it's second class, go there earlier than the first, which was very surprising. These are the conversations I have when I'm not writing music or talking about rock and roll stuff.
It's all postage. A big scam, Richard Latto. What do you think?
It is, I know. I think we should write down everything Harrison has said and attribute it to a spokesman for Royal Mail.
Yeah, I'm off the record on this one, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have. I work for Post Office, not Royal Mail, separate companies and all.
There you go.
and what do you think for actual Christmas Day? Obviously, we're in new territory now. This is something that we've never lived through this. Nobody's ever lived through anything like this. Are you sharing it with other households, or is it just your own household?
Just me, my family, my other half, just sat round eating and drinking and being merry. My job literally is to drink rum.
So that will be 2 households, will it?
So we all live in the same house. So basically, my other half lives down the road, and it's just us.
So that's 2 households.
Two household meeting up, yeah.
Yeah, you see, this is it. You wouldn't even think of that as 2 households, but it's
crazy,
isn't it?
Well, the funny part is my other half works for me. So we live in so where I live is above where I work. So it's crazy.
Strange
it's been
times.
Such a weird year.
And how about you, Rich? Are you seeing the in-laws this year? What's Christmas like?
Yeah, apparently they are coming round on Christmas Day. Ooh. Yes. Yay.
Oh, come on.
No, it'd be good. It'd be good. No, it'd be good. It'd be good fun. I do all the cooking on Christmas Day, and I do usually start drinking the Bucks Fizz from about 8:30 in the morning and just eating Quality Street to get me through until I finish cooking the meal.
Sugar, and alcohol, sorted.
Mother-in-law always turns up and says, I don't eat turkey. Any chance you could do me this steak I've brought, and can I have all separate veg? And I'm like, oh, God.
Oh,
there aren't enough hobs on the oven to do it, but somehow I managed to make it work. I made sure I burnt it to a crisp a few years ago. I thought that would put them off.
But they came back for more.
Kept coming back.
It was that charcoal flavour, man. That's the Christmassy vibe.
Once it as black as a rubber tyre. That's what I thought they wanted.
You should have barbecued it. That's what you should have gone for.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, as a person who has had a barbecue on Christmas before, I had a barbecue Christmas in Australia 2 years ago. It's a weird sensation, but worth it.
Yeah, I've heard from people that do barbecue turkey, and I even know people that barbecue fish and stick it out on the barbecue and do it. Yeah, do it over a long period of time. Yeah.
That person who brings fish in the office and starts cooking it. It's like, oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
Why microwave fish? What are you, a sadist? I mean, come on.
Yeah. Oh.
Harrison, where can we find out more about you?
Well, if you Google me, that's a start. And then you could go onto Spotify, iTunes, Instagram, Twitter. I'm all over the shop. And you just literally bought me a line. I'm on Bandcamp with some CDs and merch. All the usual hotspots.
Very good. Well, a very happy Christmas to you. And hopefully we'll see you in 2021 with a couple of new tunes.
I'll send them over to you as well, so you can check them out, because I cannot wait for everyone to hear this new album. It's I think it's my best work to date, and I'm just really proud of it.
Well, pop it up on the Channel Z's group page, because that's where all of the previous artists that have been on bung stuff up, and people can say if they like it and everything else like that, which is a good place to put stuff. Well, thanks so much, and thanks everybody for tuning in. No, not at all. It's a real pleasure. Thank you as well, Richard.
Pleasure. Yeah, it's been good fun. And we got our last one before Christmas next week, haven't we?
Absolutely, yeah. Can't wait for that. And thanks so much for everybody for tuning in. Vicky Brooks, Tony Pooley, Paula Newsom, John, of course, thank you so much. Paula, are you a new watcher of CNLZ? Very welcome on board.
Hello, Paula.
And so what was that, sorry?
Oh, Paula, I know Paula.
That's what
She's
it is.
cool.
Paula's your friend. Nice.
Yeah, man.
Well, thanks for tuning in, and join us again next week, and we'll see you 8 p.m. CNLZ Facebook Live.